All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. It's the Tuesday edition. Too bad because of scary situation with election disruption on the road. Emmanuel Sebastian couldn't make it to the studio, so we're here. Starting forming is behind schedule. Was not because Emmanuel wasn't here. My kids are doing their online classes. Schools are also closed, so we had to help set them up and put them ready to go. Oz, I hope you've landed in Saudi Arabia in Riyadh already. Good to see you. Good morning. How are you? And greet our champion, our fantastic superstar, Odion over there. Tell him that we are sending our greetings and possibly very soon we'll have another conversation. And I love what he and Omar Katuba doing. Fantastic one that brother is doing. And I can always say to some people that Odion is the superstar that grants you the easiest access. I mean, in this line of job, you talk to lots of people, you reach out to people. Some people that have not even made it in the game, like they give you a headache, they stress you, and make your life difficult. But Odion Igalo is kind of like very, very different. Anytime I reach out to him, he's just, okay, man, let's do it. I'm not ready now. I'm busy now. It's straightforward with you. With him, you know what you will get, and I love that about him. And when people say I talk about him too much or Osimhen too much, it's just because there is an open relationship that exists and they're easily accessible, and people like Kenneth Omeru as well, fantastic guys. And, I just feel like these guys should also be appreciated for always being available to us. Well, having said that, congratulations to Lionel Messi winning the FIFA award. I mean, Messi would continuously, hey, Johnny Gaffa, what's money in that? If you look, no, no, don't put that in my name. Don't put that in my name. No, I'm not going to take that. That's not me. That's not me. I'm not Emilio at all. I mean, it might be my turn for something else, but in the context in which it's been used today, nah, I'm not part of it. But how you doing? I understand the joke, the pun. I understand it very well. Now you're the only person who give us money on our live stream, and so YouTube is on my neck for me to set up membership, and I'm trying to make them understand that look, even what's this thing called again? This thing that makes people give you money. What is it called? Am I really a YouTuber? I guess so. It starts with S. I forgot to know. Johnny, please remind me what this is. Like this thing that allows you to give me money. What is it called now? Okay, whatever it is, I've not even introduced myself. So let me start with introducing myself. My name is Super Chat. Yeah, Super Chat. So I'm on a serious back and forth, and I know Torrance will watch this now and get back to me and say you're not taking this serious. I am. Google and YouTube, I'm taking this serious. But this is how I look at it. So YouTube are saying I should create membership only content, and I'm saying to myself, even Super Chat is hard to come by. And so how do I go and create membership only content? Okay, so there's this conversation I had, and I'll need you guys all, both on Instagram and on YouTube, to chime in on this. This today will be more about the channel than any other thing, but we'll talk sports anyway. So YouTube have finally given me an account manager, which is good. It's taken us almost 6 years plus to get there. It's good. I'm happy about it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I am not excited about it. It's good. It means that the work that we're doing is getting noticed. Now, having said that, there is the part where, the way they walk, YouTube walk like very, very fast. They have a lot of people. So they tell you do this, you don't do it, they move away from you. And you feel that threat, you feel that pressure. For the very first time, I'm feeling the pressure. And they're like, okay, you should create members only content. What does members only content means? Like, okay, so I'll set up my membership. You become a member, whether you're bronze or silver member. I've not set up the gold yet. You're bronze or silver member. And then there are content where only those members can access. But I'm saying to myself, super chat that is free will. Like, it's free will. You don't force anybody. You don't ask for it. It's not working. How am I sure that members only content will work when my content are really not hitting that right? So I need you guys, because at the end of the day, you guys are also going to be the exclusive members and all of that. Is this something we should do, or we should tell YouTube, hey, wait, we'll do every other thing, but this one, we're not ready yet? Because members only content, this is what I have thought about it. Daily reviews, okay? Now, daily reviews will be for members only. Daily reviews will be in the evening, considering the time of other people in the diaspora and all that. It'll be in the evening, Nigerian time, and I'm looking 4 to 5, or probably 5 to 6, or probably, funny enough, 9 to 10 in the night, okay, Nigerian time. And I need you guys to chime in on it, because it's not something I'll just wake up and then I'll set up and I force everybody, hey, you must come. No, I don't want to do that anymore. Now, the channel I've reached a place where it is no longer just me or the crew in-house here. Every other person who come in online every single day to be on this, whether chatting with us, whether, communicating, joining everything, is part of it. And because of that, I'm not going to take a unilateral, bossy decision. Oh, let me get the channel. No, it's no longer my channel. It's our channel. So suggestions are needed. On a day like this, I will really be excited if you guys bring in suggestions. And somebody sent me a very long message yesterday, which I appreciate. Thank you very much, Kennedy. Kennedy sent me a mail and said, when I started following, let me read it. Let me read it the way it is. Let me not summarize. Hello, Mr. Idafi. Great job you're doing. Thank you very much for your passion and your energy. Your love for Nigerian football is incredible. And every of your football intake, I don't agree with all of them, but some of them are very, very interesting and give me cause to rethink. I followed you all the way from your days in Brilla, Al Jazeera, HITV, and now. It's definitely not an easy thing you've decided to do, but then as you do it, I've noticed the growth landmark that you have achieved and the growth that you're making. We hope that it becomes something big the way you hope it will be. Saw your post on Twitter earlier about you wanting to have a big studio, and you used Tyler Perry. Yeah, I did. Use Tyler Perry as your landmark. I hope that your dream come true. I hope that you see people who partners with you and help you become a major force in the football and sports industry. The little you've done so far shows you're a man of your word. From the beginning, when you said that your dream is to project Nigerian football from grassroots to the league, you've practically done all of that, and hopefully you will do more, giving more resources. That said, I think that you should add a few content in the night, because we most times your sports buffet comes up when we are already sleeping, because we are not in Nigeria, and we would like to be part of the live show rather than a rewatch. But for how much I love you, I always rewatch your content, but it would be nice. I envy those people who join in and drop comment and banter with you. I would love you to have a night content so that we can be part of it. Thank you very much, Kennedy, for that one. And it really does make sense. Again, it went further than to say, I know that it is tough right now, but what are your plans to improve your equipment? Like you said, somebody the other day, that you're using the camera from your laptop, and sometimes that could be very difficult. The quality can go down. I agree with you on that one as well. We're working on it. There is a whole lot that needs to be done, but I'm not gonna run faster than my shadow. I'm not a Kesera, whatever will be kind of guy. I'm a guy who goes add for what I need. So it's a different. But you don't force money. You don't wake up and then money just come out or somewhere. I mean, you even ritualist, So I'm going to patiently wait. Again, you have to weigh the investment. Okay, we've put a lot of investment to get to where we are right now. We're still investing. I mean, we just got two new two of these chairs. It wasn't like this before. It means that we're still investing, we're still pushing money. But then again, you have to weigh the return on investment, the numbers. I mean, at this stage, we're expected that our numbers would have gone higher than these. Not that we're not grateful for the 10,900 plus 943 subscribers that we have. We do. I am very, very grateful, right? But I also have high expectation for my work, for what I do. That's what drives me, because once I drop the expectations, I just might not be able to do anything. So, I mean, I'm looking at this stage, I thought would have gotten to 50,000 plus subscribers. Having said that, I'm also hoping that at this stage, every time we upload the content, at least minimum we'll get 2 to 3,000 or 5,000 views, but that's not happening. So when you go out there again and go and put more investment, considering the fact that we spend close to 300K already monthly running this in the overhead, and it's not like, okay, returns come every day. Thank God for the league matches that we're producing now. It helps, but it doesn't happen every week. We're still not getting to the place where every week we're guaranteed to do a game. They played 9 weeks of matches. We only did, in essence, 2. But 3 games in 2 days. Okay, 1 in Benin, 2 games in Jos on the same day. So if you look at it carefully, it's not consistent like that. That's the only maybe source of income right now. And there are debt bills to be paid, workers' salaries to be paid, and all that. So you have to be very careful with the investment. Yes, I want to give you quality. Another flip side to it is, maybe if we, look for money and buy those equipment, once the whole thing becomes like what you see with the United Stand or the AFTV, if the quality is like that, just maybe the numbers will rise. That's a gamble that we might eventually decide to take. And some other people say, oh, why don't you travel around the country, go to every match venue, create beautiful content like the one you did for Ebenezer? I see it. I want to do that. Nobody prompts me to do what I did for Ebenezer. What people don't realize is Ebenezer went to Inter Milan, but there are 4 other players in that same team, in his squad, that traveled. But because nobody did anything about them, nobody knows. Basit traveled, a few other guys. They all went to Veragio, but we just focused on Ebenezer because that's what our resources can carry. Not like we don't like the other players. So I understand what it means to do all of this content, and we still want to do more. But you see, contents are very expensive, especially in the Nigerian space. I'm trying to do something on Imadena, and yes, just yesterday I worked out the bill, and it's going to cost me about 2.8 to 3 million naira to really achieve it the way we want to go to his primary school. So don't forget that these things that we're doing give you a better light on players, and eventually it will eliminate age cheating naturally on its own. So, but it's expensive. Why am I going to get 2.8 million naira from? I don't know where, just pull it out. I mean, I don't have a politician on my side. I'm not a delegate for APC, so I didn't get paid in dollars. So all of those things are also the harbingers that are standing on the way. Plus, because our numbers are not, rapidly rising in terms of views, we're not even earning on the YouTube channel in the first place. So those are some of the obstacles that we face. Would that make us stop? No, definitely no. We're not stopping. We'll still keep it going. We'll believe, like I do believe that the work that I'm doing within the football space, both Nigeria space and my analysis, my show, the consistency of my streaming now, and the rest will eventually pay off. Okay, there are times where we have been inconsistent. There are times where I get fed up, and I remember there was a 105 days window where I wasn't really touching the channel, not uploading anything, and all that. But hey, it does happen. Okay, I'm not Tony Stark. I'm not Iron Man. I'm human. I've got blood running in my veins, and sometimes you get depressed by this. But I want to say massive thank you to everybody who's pushing, who's supporting, who's helping us to grind, and please help us to introduce our channel to other people. The best marketing you can do is word of mouth. People say, "Oh, I like what's going on this channel. Subscribe." And I remember when we first started, there was this thing we used to do. We go to people that we know will take their phone and will just automatically subscribe. Like, oh, subscribe to our channel, and it worked very well. I think I want to do that again, push that drive again, and see where it leads us to. Having said that, let's come back to sports. And then if you've got any comment to make on the channel, please do, because it is not just my channel, it is all of us channel. I just checked recently and I found out that we're one of the leading sports channel in Nigeria, and that's bad. Now let me tell you why it's bad. Why it's bad. If somebody who have 10,000 plus subscribers is the leading channel in a country of 200 million people, that's not a good one. But then again, probably we're the ones that have started and consistent. We've uploaded over almost 1,500 content on YouTube. So in our upload, that's not counting our live stream and some other content that we put out there. Having said that, I think that Nigeria deserve to have a sports channel with 1 million subscribers, or 2 or 10 or 5 or so. If you look at comedy, you look at music, we obviously can't compare with music anymore, but look at comedy, look at people who are doing short skits and all those ones that are putting out big boobs and big asses, you will see the difference. Having said that though, I'm grateful for where we have gotten to, the people that are, keying up to us. I always say to people that I feel a little bit extra privileged coming to YouTube, because in my days in radio, I was radio's bad boy. I was radio's most hated. Okay, like Murphy was radio most loved, or Dan Foster, Dan Foster was radio most loved. I was radio most hated. So if I come into YouTube and all of a sudden I see 10,000 people subscribing to my channel, that's a plus. Okay, if you're the most hated person on radio at one point, and I still see the hate. I still see people spew the hate, okay, which is normal, which is understandable. Sometimes when I make comment about politics or something outside of sports, you see that venom, like people have been keeping things in the can and they want to spew it. I understand it. So I'm not the guy who think I'm entitled to people subscribing to my channel. But having said that, I think we're trying, we're improving. We would keep improving and keep doing better. Now let's go to your comments. There's nobody commenting on YouTube today, but I think that I've seen a few comments on Instagram. Let's try and see. Here's a Patrick. So I got your message yesterday. Let me start with that. Here's a Patrick. I got your message yesterday. I'm gonna do something that you may not like. I don't think. Guys, Asa Patrick is one of us. He's a fantastic guy. He's been very, very consistent, but he's dealing with some financial issues. We live in one world. This is what I believe. I would easily have written him a check or asked him, send me your account number and I transfer money to him. I don't have. My son just had a life and death surgery. He's recovering, and it is crazy. When I say crazy, Osage, thank you very much for £2. I'm grateful. When I say it's crazy, I'm still looking at him. Every day is shrinking. My son has gone from that bulky little kid to 6 o'clock. Later eyes, very tiny. I can count his ribs. And as a parent, it's beating me. And it's cost a whole lot. I was still, what's it called now? What do I do? Aside, this is it's good to celebrate this one, because this is the first time you are contributing a super chat to us. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Say good morning, Edafe. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much. Johnny Gafa, I don't take you for granted, because you and Hybrid 10 are our most contributor. Okay, your consistency is incredible. But let's say thank you to Osage in his very special way. Thank you very much for that. Let me get a bell. Let's see. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I ring a bell for you, because I know how it is. Everybody work hard for their money, and it's hard. So let's go back to Patrick. So if you guys can reach out, anybody out there can reach out to Eze Patrick. Search for him on Instagram, wherever. Send him a DM. I mean, a little can just help. He's neck deep in a financial mess, and it's getting him really depressed. There's something my friend was saying when I was growing up, when I was pretty much younger, and my friend Jonathan would say, you need to ever come party, you need to groove with us. And I used to repeat this to him, and I said to him, when I call on you people, let's do something that will give us money. You people don't show up. You people only gather when it's time to drink beer, and I don't drink alcohol. So drink beer, but your presence will not give me excitement when I need investment. I don't need that kind of friendship. So it's okay for us to banter. It's okay for us to do whatever we're doing. I don't think we'll talk about sports today from the look of the show today. Well, it's election season. We're not even supposed to be doing the show in the first place. So please, if you guys, anybody who's within means, please try and reach out to Eze Patrick and give him a surprise. It's not gonna be. It's not too much. It's not too little. There's nothing that's too much. There's something that's too little. Just giving me support so that the brother is not depressed and go and jump from Third Milan Bridge or commit suicide, buy a rope. Rope is very cheap right now, so let's not make his situation force him to buy a rope. I pretty much talking to a few people to see if I can be of help to him, but we'll see how it goes. But having said that, Izzy Patrick, thank you for always being here. Thank you for making this show exciting, for the Liverpool banter, for the old man's come, and Johnny Gaffer will not help you. So let me tell you that for free. You have insulted his club for too much. You are a Liverpoolian. He will not help you. That's a joke anyway. That's not something serious. Johnny Gaffer is a good guy. I'm just saying that. And again, something came up within the week, and I need to mention it. So someone said to me that Idafi, let me go to that. I think I put it on the notepad last night. Okay, that's it. Hi Idafi, my name is Ige. I hope I pronounced that name well. My name is Ige, Igie. I hope I pronounced it. My name is Ige. I'm living in Holland, and I saw the highlight of the Nigerian League on your channel. I saw your equipment as well on your YouTube short video, and the way you promote the Nigerian League on Twitter, it's fantastic. Can you do like a profile videos, just the one you did for Ebenezer, for some of the star players of the league, like the Obioma in Eyimba, Imade in Bendel Insurance, and a few other players, so that we that are not in Nigeria, that probably just follow on the stream and the highlight, will get to know these players more. We would like to know where they come from, their village, their hometown, the primary school they went to, the secondary school they went to. In doing this, you would help us to connect with the players a lot more. Take, for instance, let's say you focus, I'm a Benin boy, you focus on, let's say you focus on, okay, Imade from Benin, and he went to Edukpolo Grammar School like I did. It would create a connection between me and a player like that. Hearing alone that he went to Uniben is already getting me excited because I graduated from Uniben. So, but imagine if he went to Edukpolo and then Uniben, it just changes the narrative. And then all of the old boys of Edukpolo who are still in Benin would want to go watch him, the Uniben and the rest. So I think it's something you should look into and try to do. I know that we can suggest, but it is up to you to decide what to do. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely to suggest? You know that thing that you used to say talk is cheap? This is one of those times when I look at it and I was like, talk is really cheap. Okay, so that's Ige. I don't know if I'm not pronouncing the word. Please pardon me. Okay. That's part of what we plan to do, right? In short, the original content upon which this station is built, this studio is built, or this channel is built, is a content called Around the MPFL. Around the MPFL. And on Around the MPFL, what we do is go interview the coaches, talk to their players, or the players talk to the people around them, and get details, information, and then put it out there. Because we were not, like, at that time, we're not thinking of, producing the league, streaming it, because that's pretty much very expensive, requiring a lot of manpower and equipment. But I mean, thank God we were there now, we're able to do it. So all of that was what we had in mind. But unfortunately, Around the MPFL died when we started, because we did about 9 episodes, and then it died a natural death because there was no money to fund it. Because you need to travel. Take, for instance, we needed to go to Uyo at the time, and there was no money for flight tickets. And I tried not to take my team through the torturous journey traveling by road. Not like I'm not feeling big, but sometimes safety. You kind of like feel a little bit comfortable flying than going by road, because the distance, when somebody's going to travel 12 hours plus, you're worried. Last week, Friday, for instance, we went to Benin, and I mean, Lagos to Benin is 3 hours, 4 hours max, right? We went to Benin, and it took us over 10 hours because of people that were protesting on the road, the whole trouble on the road. And my leg, I've got 24 metal screw on my knee, plus metal plate and 2 small short iron rods, and I folded my leg a long way on that journey. It hurts me. On my way back, I had to, call up favor from a friend to raise me 100K In turn, I used 70,000 naira to pay for a Sienna that brought me back to Lagos on Tuesday. So you look at some of these they're very minute details, but they're very very key and very very important. So those are some of the things that are making it be like that. But for now, we're working on it. That's also why we're happy that we're called upon to come do production for the league. Because what production for the league does for us now is that we have games, clips of games that the players played. Look at Obioma, for instance. We have clip of him versus Plateau United in Jos. We now have clip of him against Benin Insurance in Benin. If tomorrow I go to Aba and I say I want to do a clip on him, I want to do an interview on him, I already have a background clip on him and then a few other things that we can do. These are some of the things that we're looking at doing, but it requires a whole lot of funding. And one of the things that I have not mastered the act of doing, people tell me to do, my sister, even for my sister told me, try it, reach out to people, your fans, tell them to fund what you want to do. And that's exactly what YouTube is indirectly saying about the membership thing. But you see, these projects are expensive. They're not on those 1,500, 200, 2,005 level. They are up there. We will do it. Okay, Iggy, we will do it. Might not be now, and we're hoping that there are other channels that we're looking to raise fund. For instance, I'm working with an agency in the UK to see if we could help in the transfer of players from Nigeria to Europe, and then we got our percentage, and then we invest it back into production of such beautiful content and ideas that you're sharing with us. We would hopefully try and do it, but for now, we can't. Well, let's come to football. Again, my name is Idafi Matches. You're going to love to come in there with one sport. So many things happened in football last night, and so many talking points came out of it. One was Silas Ferguson saying that Victor Osimhen, that Marcus Rashford is not a striker. It's not a number 9. Even though he scored 25 goals this season, that's not a number 9. Now, once I heard that, the first thing that crossed my mind is this man opening the door for the signing of Victor Osimhen? I don't know how the season will end with Victor Osimhen, but one thing I know is that he's going to win the Italian Serie A. It's going to be the first Nigerian to win the Italian league, and there's a possibility of him coming to Manchester United. Now, I've said before now that maybe I might not want him to come to Manchester United because of Rashford. But I've seen Rashford and Walker play together for a while now, and I am forced to eat humble pie, swallow my word, and come back and say, okay, there is a possibility that can happen. Okay, having said that, and then Silas Ferguson has not put a rubber stamp to it. So I'm asking you guys, do you agree with Silas Ferguson that Marcus Rashford, 25 goals in our competition this season, is not a number 9, and Manchester United should go get a number 9, the proper number 9? And if that's the case at the end of the season, the summer, would you support Victor Osimhen going to Manchester United? Now it's up to you guys to decide to make a comment on that one. That's the biggest talking point. I know that Lionel Messi won the FIFA award. Yes, we all knew it was going to happen. So it's not really a surprise. It's not really like Peter Obi winning Lagos. Okay, it's not really a surprise for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's it. And of all the dotted clubs that have been mentioned, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, which is the best place? Considering all factors, which is the best place for Victor Osimhen to go? Now, let me put a caveat. If Madrid comes in, I am going to say, I will go Italy, bundle Osimhen, can I go Madrid myself? Okay, but let's eliminate Madrid from it, because I don't think that Madrid will call you and you will be rude enough to say, no, I'm not interested in Madrid. I want to go to Madrid. Go to Madrid and go and flop, and then from Madrid, like other guy, and from Madrid you go somewhere else. But let it be on record that you play for Madrid. I don't know. I know Nigerian have played for Madrid before. We've had Benga Okonowo and Emmanuel Amunike play for Barcelona, so not really a big deal. But want to see Nigerian wearing the white jersey of the White Rangers, okay? And you want to see it, okay? So I want to see that happen. But eliminate Madrid from the conversation and tell me what you think about Victor Osimhen. One, do you think that now that Silas Ferguson says that Rashford is not a number 9, Manchester United should be his next destination at the end of the season? 2, of all the clubs that are available for him, Manchester United, Liverpool. Some people even mentioned Juventus, that Juventus will start a rebuild and they will need a Victor Osimhen for it. They will let Vlahovic go. I've heard that rumor in Italy. It's very, very rife in Italy. They're looking for money. They try to do a big one. They did it before with Higuain. They might just do it again with Osimhen. Paris Saint-Germain. We hear that Lionel Messi might be going to Inter Miami at the end of the season. Neymar might also leave at the end of the season. So they would need somebody to work with Kylian Mbappe in that team. And there's also the possibility that Kylian Mbappe might go to Real Madrid in the summer. So Paris Saint-Germain are in desperately need of replacement for all those players. So there is Juventus, there is Manchester United, there is Chelsea, who's very, very confused right now. But I know that in the next couple of games, Mr. Potter will be fired, a new coach will come in, somebody will step in and, assemble the team, give them some sense of direction. And then from there, they would eventually decide to get a proper coach who would lead them next season. And at that point, they might need somebody like Victor Osimhen. So we'll put us in the conversation. Liverpool are all over the place. They are like a watermelon that fall from 5,000 feet up in the sky and splash on the ground. What Yoruba people will call Oriol Fokasibe. Yes, they are in that Oriol Fokasibe situation right now, or probably in the better words, let me borrow the words of Chinua Achebe and the cover title of his book. Things fall apart and the centers cannot hold for Liverpool right now. I'm talking about the centers cannot hold. The center can really not hold for Liverpool right now because their midfield is in all shades, of bad. Their midfield is in all shades of bad. My brother Osagi, I still celebrate the fact that you sent us £2 this morning. I'll keep mentioning it till the show ends. So it's not something that I take for granted. I appreciate it. It's not my right. Okay, like I always say to people, it's not anybody's birthright. He gave me because I'm good. No. Not necessarily because you're good. A lot of other people are good, and they do this thing because they have a good heart for you. So I appreciate what you've done for us. Thank you very much. I wanted to pin it, but I don't know how to pin. It doesn't allow you to pin. Sorry. Okay, but I appreciate. Now, so for you, where would you advise Victor Osimhen to go to? Victor Osimhen is a key player for us. Is our darling player. I like the fact that the end of the gate and the beginning of the gate are both scoring goals. And when I say the end of the gate, and somebody pointed out to me that, so this is what somebody pointed out to me. Victor Moses, Victor Osimhen, Julius Agawa, Judo Igalo, some other names that were mentioned, they even added to it, are all from Edo State. Okay, it was on Twitter, right? All those guys just mentioned all the contribution that Edo State have given. Like when people want to push an argument, they will bring anything. I say, okay, that's true. Okay, that's really true. So where would you advise Victor Osimhen to go to? Let me tell you this. Victor Osimhen actually watched these videos. I'm surprised to know that he watched the video because when I chat with me, I said, this person said this one, this person said that one said that one. I'm amazed at that. Okay, so he just might be watching codedly and not saying anything. Where would you advise him to go? So let's start with this. Remember, I said something about Eze Patrick. If you can reach out to him, he really needs, sometimes it's just the conversation, somebody chatting up with him, somebody saying, don't worry, you get through this one. He's got some big bills to pay and he's really dealing with him. He's really messing him up. We can help to lift him. And we don't wait till somebody's our blood brother before we help them. We're a family here and we can be of great help and support. Okay, so talking about Eze Patrick, let's start with the comments. I think I'm going to go to Instagram as I normally do. There's not much comment on Instagram today. There's a lot of people there, but they are not commenting, just following. So let's take the comment that I have. 69 Logistics, where have you been? It's been a while, okay? Where have you been? He said, contents are expensive. I went to Ikene last year, spoke with some Beyond Limit Academy players, stayed 2 nights at the Remo Hotel, spent close to 100K. It's passion and long-term investment. And I tell you, sometimes I met people who say, hey, so since you've been doing this thing, what have you achieved with it? I'm like, what else have I not achieved with it? Have you not seen the videos that I'm putting out? But in Nigeria, anyway, achievement is in Naira and Kobo. I met somebody say, I owe you now, this type of phone you use. What else am I supposed to No, my bills are crazy, right? My bills are crazy, and it's just me. Okay, I had to work. You think even my wife will be mad if I go and buy, let's say I buy a phone that is over 100,000. She'll look at me like, "You're all right, child. Are you okay? Like you're really, really okay. Over 100,000 for phone." So sometimes people don't understand that. But on YouTube, Johnny Gava says super chat here. Thank you very much. Patrick said good morning, everyone. And then he said Messi is doing great things. Yeah, congratulations to him. And I'm always tempted to, when I pronounce his name, I'm almost tempted to say my cousin's name. My cousin is Ikpowansa. So I'm always tempted to say Ikpowansa Sha. Ikpowan Osage, who gave us a beautiful gift, first timer. £2. Thank you very much. He said, good morning, Nidafe. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much for that. That's exciting to receive. Oduni Ramila said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. And then Ikwawa says, thanks for the inside, boss. We now know what putting up content entails. Not be every time they discuss football. Food way sweet, now money killer. Truth. Yeah, Eze Patrick's commenting is not emotional. Don't know what to say. Yeah, don't say anything. But see, we've got to look out for you. You are always on the channel. Imagine if I come here every day and nobody shows up. Wow. Somebody else again. I have another first time. Chike Ayalogu has just given us £10. 9.99 is £10. By my counting, is £10. I don't care what anybody says. So I know it's okay to be emotional, Eze Patrick, but see, if we don't look out for ourselves, we'll come here one day, we'll not go get show to do. If the people, what would they do the show for? They are all depressed, they are all feeling bad, the country is happening to them and things are not going well. And we pretend, me, let them just be on the channel, let them just comment. What kind of human being am I? Really? Like, that thing they say, this is not my family, this is my house. What kind of man, I used to hate men who are very nice outside and bad at home. I never liked men like that. And so when I wanted to get married, the first thing I did was, before even telling any woman to marry me, was, you know what? I'm gonna like my home. I'm gonna set up my house. I want to be a father who my children wants to come to. I grew up in a house where if my stepdad is coming, we're all scampering, running around, like hiding our face. We can't even look at his face. I can't remember ever having a one-on-one conversation. And it's not just me, even his own children, my younger ones, never had that. So I didn't want to be that kind of father. And so everything I do, the guys in the WhatsApp group will tell you this, everything I do is family oriented, because once you make it family, you kind of like embrace it more than, oh, it's my friend, it's my guy, it's my fan. And I hate the word fan. I think it's disrespectful. What the hell are you to call people your fan in the first place? Okay, so I try to put them as my family. Everybody who come in on the channel are family to me. So we'll connect more. It's a lot. The connection is a bit more deeper, and that's why I see it anyway. It might be different for some other people. Okay, because I kind of like think that fun makes people have a little bit of pride, like feel like they're too special. I don't do that. Ibrahim Abiola, he said, good morning, boss. Good morning. It's another bright morning in the city of Lagos. What's on your take on Chelsea hitting Thomas Frank camp to replace Potter? To be very honest, so somebody first sent me a message on that Chelsea wants Thomas Frank to replace Potter. And I said, hey, wait a minute, Thomas Frank, Potter. And they said, so when you give a cab or Uber driver a Camry, a Mercedes-Benz, they'll drive it well, because that's their thing. But if you take them and give them a 40-tonner truck to drive, it becomes a problem. And in the course of learning how to shift the gear, move it, control the hydraulics, the whole operation system, they would crash it. And the same terminology that I used to describe Potter at the beginning was what I replied to my friend in the UK when he sent me that message. I said to him, listen, I'm not here passing unilateral judgment on everybody, acting like I know it all. But I've been long in football to say this. Chelsea is too successful for a learner on the job. When we first started Elevated TV in 2017, 18, people come in and say, I can learn on the job. I give them a chance. We're going and I'm sharing my ideas with them. Now, if you're coming to work with me, you're coming with an editor, a reporter, a analyst. I bet you must sabi. If you're not sabi, I don't fit teach you. I don't get, not like I don't want to teach people, but I don't have that time anymore. I'm too engaged in so many things to do that I'm going to begin to teach you. What happened with Emmanuel Sebastian, for instance, when we started? That's not going to happen with anybody anymore. I don't have that time. So it's the same thing with Chelsea. Chelsea in the last 20 years have been among the top 4 most successful club in Europe. 19 titles in 19 years. And you want to give it to a coach that does not even understand what it is to negotiate winning a title, like the smallest title. Like when I told people that Eddie Howe will not win the Carabao Cup, I was very shocked. This man has not won a title. Goes to the finals, he's already excited that, he's already had an orgasm before the sex. So when the sex comes, it's not working. It's not. John T is sleeping. So that's exactly what Frank will bring. Chelsea is a big club. This is a club you bought for 4.7 billion. Hello. What a good coach that there is Luis Enrique, who's won the treble of the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, and the league title in Spain, who's taken the national team, even though he didn't win anything, but he's taken the national team to some appreciable height. He's worked with some big players. He understands the temperament and mentality of dressing room that is filled with superstars. He could relate to them. Zinedine Zidane won the Champions League, first Frenchman to win the Champions League, won the Champions League, first, second, third, straight. So he understands what to be there. Even Diego Simeone, who is winning, I would rather have him in Chelsea. And Chelsea will say, God forbid, yes. I'd rather have him in Chelsea to come and do his nearly man job after all. What's it called? Jurgen Klopp was always a nearly man, winning minor titles before he came to Chelsea and Liverpool. And we saw what he did with them, winning the league title, winning the Champions League as well, playing in the finals of the Champions League 3 times, losing to winning one or so, and then losing the Europa Cup final. But my point here is the fact that nobody's chased the league title in England with so much points and so much goals and so much winnings like Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. Rather than go and bring in Thomas Frank, now there are coaches in different categories. There are 40-point coaches, there are 51-point coaches, and then there are title-chasing coaches, as well as you have the coaches who make 7, like the David Moyes and the rest of them, who are the 62 to 65-point coaches. You don't need that. You need a 90 to 100, an infinite number coach at Chelsea currently. Not just because Chelsea is a big club, but because the competition they face today is way bigger. Let me use Arsenal to convince me about that. See, that's the way I see it. Now, when Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal, there was only one superintendent in the Premier League, Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. And for that time, Arsene Wenger would always take over every time Sir Alex and Manchester United wants to refuel. So once they get to the pit stop, the pit lane, and they want to refuel, Arsenal comes in. That's why Arsene Wenger didn't win back-to-back titles. Okay? And then once they refuel, they come back again. They are Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen. They are in front of the queue, ahead of everybody again. Then Chelsea came in. And Chelsea's like, you know what? We're not going to stand aside and give you guard of honor. We're going to win this thing. And immediately, it became Chelsea versus Man U. And then Man City came in. And you see, Arsenal went from winning title, competing for title, to competing for top 4. As the competition increased, Arsenal get out of the top 4. Right? So you don't want to bring in to Thomas Frank, who will come in and get out of the top 4, because it's a move bitch, get out of the way kind of situation. Now you have Manchester United. Manchester United most likely will win the league title next season, most likely. And then there's Man City, who, if they don't win the league title this season, they will invest and then try to win the league title. But if they don't win the league and they don't win the Champions League, they don't win anything, they might sack Pep Guardiola, and then the whole empire might crumble. So I'm not putting them as title contenders, but they just might be there, because if Pep Guardiola is there, they are going to be there. Then you have Arsenal. If Arsenal wins the title, they will spend between 150 to 250 million to keep them sustainable there. And then you have Newcastle, who would either let Eddie Howe go, because English coaches will never win anything, let Eddie Howe go, and then come back with a coach who can win something, right? So that's 4. And then there is Liverpool, who might just rejuvenate themselves and come in there. So if you put a Thomas Frank in Chelsea, currently, this is my position. I'm going to stand on this one. You put a Thomas Frank in Chelsea, they are still going to be in between 10 to 7 position. They are not going to be a team that anybody fears. Okay? They will pull a few surprises. And it's sad that I'm even saying Chelsea will pull surprises on teams that they normally roll. They'll pull a few surprises on some teams, but nobody will fear them. Because when you look at the coach on the bench, there's no difference between him and the guy who they let go. So if Chelsea is wise, they should take a proper decision. Here's the Patrick said Rashford can't be a top striker for any big team. So Alex Ferguson, what he has seen Never thought it would agree with that man. Okay, now for once you agree with him, thank God. I think Victor should go to Chelsea if they come calling because Man United has hardly ever signed an African striker. Okay, does that really matter? Okay, but I agree with you because you have facts on the table. Goswin Obukomanawari says, no use me play this money, is a Patrick. Bros Mingo, I think Victor should sign for Man United because I believe he would fit their style of play if only Eric Ten Hag is still the coach. Nobody's taking Eric Ten Hag away from there. Eric Ten Hag is going to be the coach of Manchester United for the next couple of seasons, and I think he's doing an incredible job. Like I said at the beginning, even when Manchester United were losing, I said something. I said the only problem at Manchester United is Cristiano Ronaldo. Get rid of him, and that team will compete for the title. And I'm not wrong here. Eze Patrick went on to say Osimhen to Madrid will open so many doors for Nigerian players. Imagining it alone is an amazing feeling, but Chelsea might just be the team for him next season. He is a Chelsea fan. Yeah, it's not about the club that you're a fan of. The reason why I would love Osimhen to go to Madrid is, first off, those terrible tackles will reduce. They don't tackle that much in Spain. He's got speed. He can walk well in the middle of that race between Rodrigo on the right and Vinicius on the left. And he could also play with them. My problem with Madrid getting Mbappe will be another hazard. And I'm sorry if you're a fan of Mbappe. And I'm saying this in public space when I'm actually negotiating to interview Mbappe and his dad. So this might just come back to bite me tomorrow. But I think that Mbappe is going to come with a chip on his shoulder attitude, and they might not, really blend well with the two Brazilians on the side, and they will gang up against him. But the Osimhen will come in humbled at the fact that he is wearing a Madrid jersey. He's playing for Madrid. Jesus, imagine me visiting Spain and going to that new stadium. Jesus Christ. I can't figure it. I really would love to see Osimhen in Madrid. But because of the Mbappe factor, that might not work. So most likely he will come to England. And if he does come to England, I wish him the very best. For now, I'm selfish enough to want him to come to Arsenal, but we don't have the money to sign him. All our transfer budget for the next summer might not even be enough to convince Osimhen to come in. So, poor man, what does poor man do? He wishes and let the rich man take over. So, I think that Manchester United will be my pick for him now. I also think that if Chelsea gets a better coach, I will be okay for him to go to Chelsea. But let's see how it goes. As a package, say Osimhen to Madrid will open. Okay, I think we've read that one. And then he said, God's will leave me. Yeah, that's to say. Also for the fact that Man United don't sign African players much, I wouldn't want him to break the jinx about Nigerian Man United cause if there's one. There's really no cause. I don't think there's a cause. But let's take a trip down memory lane. Manchester United have signed Quinton Fortune. They tried very hard to sign Benedict McCarthy. It didn't work. They signed Mikel Obi and then they were betrayed. That didn't work. They signed Eric Jemba. Eric Bailey just played for them recently. He's an African player from Ivory Coast. They signed the guy that plays for Crystal Palace, what's his name? Zaha. Wilfred Zaha. It just didn't work out well anyway. So I wouldn't really say they've not signed African players, and they've also had black players in their fold, even if they're not directly African. One from the West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago's Dwight York, Louis Saha, even if he's a Frenchman, he's a black man. The greatest one that we all know, Andy Cole. I've also played for them. So I'm not really going to sit on the side. Evra has also played for them. These are black players. I'm not going to sit on that side of that conversation, but I'm just going to say that currently the team have a different coach, a different mentality. Osimhen will do well in that team, the way they play. That's what I think. That's my thought anyway. And Osimhen's game has matured so much so that it does look like a player that can fit into a lot of teams. Our contributor, Chike Ayalogu, says, good job on the content, boss. I love your channel, Charles. Thank you very much. And for a first timer contributing to us, we ring a bell of blessings to you. I say may God replenish you as you help us, to grow. Divine Tonkeye, he said, as a Chelsea FC fan, I would say Chelsea because he fit the profile of strikers that succeeded in the club. But going to Man U with Benny McCarthy and Ericsson Hag, man, that's juicy. I would like to see him there. Me too. I would like to see him there. Yeah, me Dynamite, my beautiful sister, lovely go-getter. He said, I'm happy for Messi finishing his career on a relative high. That's not relative, on a super high. That's not relative. On a super high. And good morning, Big Uncle E. Ikbawa Saga says, Eze Patrick, I agree with you. Even if the flops, it will be on a high wage. Okay? Osimhen is already on a high wage. Osimhen earns 100,000 euros a week. That's 85,000 pounds, 85,000 pounds a week. Okay? That's not bad. 400,000 euros every month. Bro, I did it abroad to calculate that well. Italian tax is not even as big as English tax. Okay, so and then he gets some extra bonuses for scoring numbers, different number of goals. That boy, something he said to me one day in a hotel. I was laughing anyway because I felt like that was very, very juvenile. He said, bros, even if I don't play football again, I'm already made to my grandchildren. I just said to him, I said, money doesn't work like that. But I understand what he was saying. Okay, I understand. It wasn't him being arrogant or proud, but it was just being like humbled by the fact that look at where I'm coming from, look at where I am now. You know, losing his mother at a very tender age, and his father dying during COVID. That was sad anyway because I happened to meet his father. His father came to me, brought him to me when I was celebrating. Like I won't forget that moment. Like, your picking don't come. I was like, me, who the hell am I? But you know, it's one of those things. People don't know where the story is coming from. Sometimes when I praise him, when I back him and support him the way I do. Well, Olamati, what have you been? He said Osimhen should go to Madrid or PSU. He shouldn't go to Man U because Rashford might just go on to become a stingy player overnight and not give passes to Osimhen to score. Well, the way Man U plays, you don't need Rashford to give you passes. You have Casemiro, you have Sabitzer that I think they will permanent the deal. You have Ericsson that is still coming. Then you have the Portuguese man who is working so hard to be the captain, the de facto captain of the team, Bruno Fernandes. I think that he's got a lot of people. And then the white players who will cross the ball in for him already. My only problem is that they might run into the same channel. Again, they could also be back up to each other. The way they have Osimhen and Simeone at Napoli. And the question is who will sit on the bench? That's the one that will be very difficult to answer. Having said that, let me read some of the messages that I've seen on Instagram. Yeah, somebody reminded me of the Angolan player, Mark Bam said Manucho. Yeah, Manucho also played for Manchester United. So I'm not really going to look at Man United as a hater of black or African players. I don't think that we have enough evidence to back that conversation. Real Jordan Mikey said, Dwight York, you bring back memories when I would number my shirt 19 and keep my collar up. Yes, that's true. I followed Dwight York from Aston Villa when he played for Aston Villa alongside Sir Regis, Tony Daly. Sir Regis is there, though. You know, Tony Daly, Cascarino to play for Chelsea, and all of those guys when they had Ron Atkinson, the former Manchester United manager, as their coach. And they pushed for the title very hard. They didn't win it, but it was a good time for Aston Villa if you're an Aston Villa fan. My mom says the problem I have with Osimhen to United is our wingers don't cross. Rashford and Anthony, they might starve him of the ball. Now somebody's giving us a very, very good problem, a potential problem in the team. And that's true. And then Unamdi Roland also brought in another black player's name, Fraser Campbell. So I think that it is rash and a bit mean to say Man United does not give African players or black players the chance. I think it's a bit rash. Well, we're running out of time, so let me read all the messages that we have on YouTube. Divine Tokai said, Mike made me join Chelsea. Who knows? Osimhen can make me join Man United. Besides, they like them before Mike make me join Chelsea. I've always liked, the funny thing is, I've got a handwritten mail letter from Silas Ferguson back in the day. And I know how my mom used to use that thing to brag. I used to use it to brag, like brag. Like, you know, I got like a whole lot of memorabilia from Manchester United, more from Manchester United than even the Arsenal that I support. Okay, but it's one of those things that happen. I mean, why is it that young people don't write letters anymore? I mean, I grew up writing letters to every club in the world, and it was a time when there was no internet. How I got their address is still something that would shock you. So what I do was I used to buy Shoot magazine, and in Shoot magazine, I write a letter to Shoot. I write a letter to Manchester United, care of Shoot magazine. So I get the Shoot magazine. Their address is at the back. Southwest, not London, something like that. So I write them the mail, but care of Manchester United, care of Shoot magazine, Aston Villa, Arsenal, all these clubs. And then I also write to like Ajax, Eintracht Frankfurt at the time was in Bayern Munich. And they would help me send those things. These people were kind, though. They didn't even ask for extra charges. So I was just paying for subscription for the magazine, and then they helped me do the rest. Because how I know that they do it is that I get replies. I used to go Assemblies of God Church, Warri One. The post me boss was 813. I still remember. PMB, post office boss 813. Brother Gogo was a choir master, became a pastor, a deacon, and then became a pastor later. Used to be the guy who goes to the post office to pick it. And at some point, he started warning me, I should stop writing all this my useless letter that stress him. What it concern me? When the talk finished, I would still write. I was spending every money I made, and probably that was what made me start hustling fast. Because my mom would not give me money for stamp, but I was spending every month. I used to buy the whole book, the whole sheet of stamp, 200 pieces. I used to buy a whole sheet of it, and I put it somewhere. I keep it. So when I put, like, sometimes I post 200 letters in one weekend, and I'm going to wait for 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I definitely don't get reply. It was nice anyway. Everybody used to get Bibles, like 200 Bible. I'll go on the street. I'll be sharing Bible to people. Back in the day, it was fun. Though. I wish my kids would do all those kind of things. Yeah. Just for the fun of it. It's not like for money, just for the fun of it anyway. Divine Toke says, hey, Patrick, stay strong, bro. Everything will come good at the right time. Oduni Remeleko says, hey, Patrick, please, can you drop your Twitter or IG handle here before the show ends so we can reach you after the show? Please, as a Patrick, drop your IG so that they can reach you. Ikomasage say Porter to Thomas Frank is like going from if Fiat to a wagon. Okay, so for those of you that don't know if Fiat, are you sure? You guys should know Fiat now. Like, what's it called? What they call it in Italy? If Fiat is a poor man's Ferrari, yeah. The way Chrysler is a poor man's Bentley. Okay, yeah. That's what they call it. Okay, Divide okay say Chelsea decision makers are really confused right now. I don't know if money has made them gone mad. They should get a Mourinho, Spalletti, or even Enrique, not a Thomas Frank. I'm ashamed right now. Okay, as a Patrick, you said Chelsea are making Liverpool feel like Madrid. Oh God of heaven. As a Patrick, you two get bad maths. Your problem is that you two get bad maths. You two get bad maths. And I want to say, Potter to Frank, that team, Osimhen should watch out for the coach before he goes. And not even all those they go sign Thomas Frank. Osimhen is not going there. What was that nonsense? Is the Patrick say, boss, can I drop my IG? Yes, drop your IG. Yes, you can. He said, at Divine, okay, thanks a lot. Okay, I didn't remember. I said, boss, you don't answer this Ballon and Chelsea situation several times. Sir, Ballon is playing to the script of the people who gave him the chance to have the club. But he should stop spending money. There are a lot of people. Chelsea is a global club now. It's no longer just a British club. Yes, it's an England-based club, but it's a global franchise. People love the club all over the world, and there should be a little bit of respect for that and for the brand. I mean, you don't run a club at Grand to not prove a point that you can raise it up. You can build from where somebody started from. Why is Ballon behaving like a Nigerian politician? What's wrong with him? I don't think I like the way he's taking the club. Should do way better. But like I always say, billionaires, you can't argue against billionaires. He's a billionaire. Who am I? Why don't even get 1 million naira from my bank account? Who the hell am I to argue with him? Odin Rebecca said, because we knew that Abramovich will not go for this kind of coach, even if he would have sacked him before now. Odin Rebecca says, plenty sorry for Chelsea fans, Sha. We have been there too. Okay, trenches on the league table endure. The other one you say, wow, just joining, Messi shines again. It's true now. Rashford is not a striker except he can start molding himself to be one, but he does cause a lot of goals, man. That's something we should not take for granted, and it's also very, very important to look at that. Okay, it's not something that we should just ignore. But then Osimhen should go to Man U. Okay, the Olariwaju went on to say it's not going to be a bad one if Osimhen moves to Man United. I agree with you. Divine Tokoya say I love the ball. Okay, Oduni Remeleko said if Madrid no come for a Man U, but if Madrid come, Madrid will, because I love the way Vinicius play. He go assist to Osimhen well. I mean, that guy crosses the ball very well. He runs very well. Take out his marker and makes the job easy for the striker. Oduni Remeleko, he said Wan-Bissaka is also black. He's playing for United. Thank you very much. I mean, a lot of people are coming in with black players that are playing there. I am Azid on Instagram said Ballon Amuma. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay. Ikwawa Sage says, I beg, if Mbappe is still at PSG, Victor should not go there. I think he will leave at the end of the season. Odini Rameleko only look sure and delete crosses ball from the wing. Lord Mayor, he said, boss, waiting be your prediction if Arsenal beat Everton. Arsenal beat Everton. That's an easy win. An easy win. I don't care what anybody says. Arsenal beat Everton. Yeah. Boss, Lord Mayor says, how do you see the negative vibe for this election? All eyes on INEC. I think INEC have goofed big time, right? They've goofed big time, and even if the election is not rigged, they've given people reason to think that the election is rigged. But I've got some things to say, some things to get on my mind. First off, the independent observers, the way they've gone on CNN, the way they've said things, I think that it's easy to always call Nigeria election with negative tune. And I'm not holding brief for anybody because I think I have goofed. I think that I do not accept the Port Harcourt results. I'm sorry. I don't not accept the Port Harcourt results. I know that Wike really wants to mess PDP up and also wants to sell his soul to APC. And I'm not against any political party, right? But I think that from what I've heard, the voice notes that I've listened to, things that I've seen election paper having too many tippers, that already erode credibility and confidence on my part. But this is my advice to every political party and everybody who's involved in the system. Every evidence, whether you are part of the youth cup members who be part of this, every evidence concretely that shows rigging, manipulation and the rest, don't just put it on social media. Send it to the HQs of this political party, anyone that you feel that have been undone by, so that they can have a fair case in court. I'd rather have a Nigeria where we can obtain proper justice than just have shouting and protest on the street. I don't want that. So when I heard that Labour Party is planning a protest on Friday, I said, what a waste of time. Go to the court. It'll be you've gone to the court before. The court have given you your mandate as a state governor before. It can happen again. Anybody go to the court. I also like, I'm not a fan of Tinubu, but I like what he has said, that he will accept the result. Again, coming off him losing at home, and people should stop this and say, no president candidate have lost at home before. I lie. Obasanjo in 1999 lost to Olufalaye at home. What's it called? Yaradua beat Buhari at home. So it's not true. We don't read our histories very well. I might be a sports presenter, but I still know my country. And so it's not about winning your home state. It's about winning two-thirds majority of the vote. 25% is very, very key. So all this talk about you win at home and you lose at home, it doesn't really matter. It's about winning and winning well. That's all I can remember. That's all I can say about that one. I don't like the way the results are being delayed. We brought in Beaver so that they will not cheating. But to now realize that it is quicker to travel with papers to Abuja than to upload with Beavers. Now internet, I think they talk to everybody, so all over the world. People all over the world are involved in this conversation. If I can, small me, can use this low internet, why? Come on. You spent 400 billion. All you need to do was to tell whatever, Fiber One, MTN, to give you the dedicated server, channel, and send, even if it is a MiFi, it's a special gadget that will power your Beavers. I mean, this is big money now. And I just to thief money people saving for this country. So just do something for legacy so that your children will be bragging about that. My daddy made this happen. My father made that happen. I see, if I talk about the election, I get emotional. So I don't want to get emotional as well. At that point, sometimes you get irrational with what you say. But I feel very bad with the way the election have gone, especially in a country where young people aggressively come out. My question is, Nigerian people, INEC, what do they fear if election go well, like if everything go well, if the voice of the people counts, what do they fear? What will really happen? Is anything going to go worse than what we've had with top to bottom? I don't want to get emotional with all this thing, but it's not right. It's not right. Let me say, after the last Formula One, do you think Lewis Hamilton should retire? I think he should give it one more try. Lewis Hamilton did not do bad because he was a bad driver. Lewis Hamilton did bad because Mercedes had a bad car. I don't know if they're still going to have a bad car now, but if his body can carry him, if he can't still drive, he should. I would miss him if he retires. Lewis Hamilton is a guy that I love. I would miss him a whole lot if he retires. So I think for my selfish reason, I still want to see him on the circuit. I still want to see him. I like a bad boy. I like a bad boy. That's why, I gravitate towards people with bad boy image. And Lewis Hamilton does have a bad boy. He speaks truth to power. He questions everything. That's the kind of guy that I like. I don't like nice people. I'm sorry, but I like nice people. That's why I'm not a fan of Qatar. And it's surprising for people, but no, I like bad boys in sports. It kind of like give me a push. Maybe because I'm a bad boy myself. The Dennis Redman, the Eric Cantona, the Patrick Vieira, the Roy Keane, Thierry Henry, arrogant, snively, crazy. I don't like nice people. I like Diego Costa, Didier Drogba, Nicolas Anelka, this kind of people, nice guys. So I think it should continue anyway. Igbo Saga says, amongst all these names, how many of them were given time at the club before they were bundled out? Imagine Bailey saying some people, Maguire, know that they will play no matter what. Where is the captain of the team? He should. It happens in every club. If you're the captain of the team, you will know that you will play no matter what. Okay, but that has changed. Listen, Uwabo he said Osimhen shouldn't go to Man United. Their strikers don't get much service from the wingers. Okay, you've got a point there. Divine guy said if service will be a problem and Man U for Osimhen, then he should not go there at all. Osimhen numbers should be higher than they are right now, but for such people he played with at Lille and Napoli. What people? Because I can say, Fraser Campbell said Silas Ferguson told him United was going to sign Babatov and he is part of the deal and he has to accept it. Yeah, that happens in every club, so it's not a big deal. As a Patrick, he said, I remember you said this same thing about going to the court on Facebook, and some people could not bear it. Now, people don't understand what I was saying, and I kind of understand. The tension everywhere makes people react funny. I didn't even attack anybody or praise anybody. People are just kind of crazy. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I've always said, INEC will announce one person, the court will give the mandate to another person. That's what I think about this election. But if we do not help each of the candidates with the materials, the evidence, because the candidate cannot be everywhere at the same time. Every evidence you have, social media is not enough. Send it to the HQ. You can still post it on social media, but send it to the HQ. Find the political party that you're affiliated to. Gather materials for them so that they can have a fair hearing. But don't go and get protests for lack of naira or protests for 2 years ago or 4 years ago and bring it. That's where we get all these things missing. So fact check whatever you have, especially the one that you are right there, you saw. It's too late now, but another thing I was saying to a friend yesterday, I said, listen, if they rig this election, when the governorship, if they rig it in favor of any party, when the governorship election comes, everybody should vote against that party. So they understand the voice of the people is still very powerful. But it's a long way out, okay? Oduni Rebeleka said Tinubu must be a Chelsea fan. I don't know about that. Oduni Rebeleka said I'm in Liverpool. Wednesday. That result at home was different, okay? As Patrick said, Oduni Rebeleka, Tinubu go be Man U fan or Arsenal fan. They wear the top teams back them. Okay. Alaro said Madrid will be good considering that no Nigerian has played for them. I stand to be corrected, let alone the striker. No Nigerian has played. You're correct. And do you remember, like I said, Eze Patrick? I don't remember, and a Liverpool fan, the result be like 2-5. Right? Eze Patrick, you did not put your, I've been holding back here, you did not put your IG idea. People can reach out to you. Don't blame me. I've really given you extra 13 minutes, 2 more minutes, and I'm signing out on the show. But do you remember I say, Eze Patrick? I don't remember. Okay. Ikpawasage say talking about Nigeria makes one emotional, but I did tell you, we have everything to be a great nation. But look at what that's it. They're forcing us get out of the country, run. They're forcing us to run. Why? It's not fine now. I'll go abroad and go and be cleaning old people's shit. Go and be doing things that we normally not do here. It's not fair. Okay. Yemi Dynamite say, but now United fans, so I would web that I my sister, you're not nice. I did, boss. He say, Eze Patrick, it's at it's ITZE Patrick. So follow Eze Patrick on Instagram, on Twitter, and please give him whatever support you think you can. You never can tell when that support makes somebody's life easier. Okay. My mom used to say that one man cannot cook food that an entire community will eat. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest man in the world. But I think Bill Gates can, or Jeff Bezos, or Elon Musk can cook food that one community will eat. But in my mother's days, those people were not available. So I understand what she was saying. She was judging community based on the small rich men that we used to know. But she said one man cannot eat the food that an entire community gathered to cook. That one, I agree completely. Sometimes it takes a community to raise somebody. It takes a community to lift somebody. Recently, I felt it when I needed to do my son's surgery. An entire community came together called the Elevated TV Family Group to help, share me up, call me every day, check up on us. It was nice. We're still in the process. It's tough, but we thank God for his mercies. I hope that the community can do the same for Eze Patrick. Eze Patrick, for your sake, we've added extra 15 minutes to the show, and that 15 minutes is up. I think it's time to go. Yemi Dynamite ended up by saying, he said, the sad part is all these elites and politicians know the right thing and doing otherwise, weaponizing poverty and promoting violence. I agree with you 100%. And at this point, I'm going to pack my bags and baggages and go. I think I've had fun today. The show took a different shape and was beautiful as far as I'm concerned. And I want to say massive shout out to Chike Ayalogu. 10 pounds is not a joke. Thank you very much. Igbawa Sage, thank you very much for adding your power to us, connecting with us in a very, very super way. And Johnny Gafar, our super donor completely. I don't know how to create banners. If you guys know how to create banners for members, please create and send to me, okay? Let me put it up there. I don't really know how to do some of these things. I need you guys to show me how to do it and help me. I need to create banners for sending people because they deserve it. They really done well, and they can put it on their status or whatever and do that. Well, thank you very much. Once again, think about the membership thing. If it's something you think we should do, creating special content, doing a live stream in the evening, in the night, you can, join your voice and keep sending. Tomorrow, let's do this again. Until then, the very, very best of yourself, and don't add to the problem. Don't let people cause you to become an enemy to somebody that has not done you anything. Okay, people normally do that. They hate somebody, they force you to hate them. Don't be that kind of guy. Don't be a tool in the hands of people, because you will not know when they will settle. You will not look very, very lost. And then don't fight people because of politics. The goal, remember, is for a better Nigeria, and everybody needs a better Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether it's your tribesman, it's your party man, or somebody who supports your guy. At the end of the day, we're all seeking a better Nigeria. The way our manner we go about it might be different, but we're seeking a better Nigeria. My name is Edafi Matthew. You love to come in the bottom of the spot. You know, wonderful time being alive. And, thank you for being my support, my pillar, friends and family, everything that a man could ask for. That is what you guys represent. God bless you, and have for yourself a wonderful day. Hello, everybody.
What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio. The